What's up, guys? I'm Olivia.
And I'm Kyle.
And we're driving and vibing.
Today we are here with Morton's on the Move, and we're going to be talking all about working on the road, cool ways to power your rig, and more, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We are super happy to be sitting down with our very good friends, Tom and Cait. They've been helping us out with some huge Airstream projects lately, and we kind of just wanted to sit down and talk to them about a few different things that are unique to how they travel.
We're here in Alabama. This is your first time here, is that right?
Well, we've been to Alabama, but not to coastal Alabama, so it is really pretty down here. We're really enjoying getting to know the area and visiting you guys, so going good.
Yeah, thanks for showing us around too.
Yeah, it's our well, we haven't even got to show you around yet. Really, you all have just helped us with the Airstream renovation so far.
Right.
Well, that's been fun and exciting.
They got here and we put them right to where we're horrible friends.
Yeah, they whipped us to
Yeah,
get us to go too. So
Fortunately, we're good workers, so we just put our heads down and got it done.
It was amazing.
Yeah, but thankfully now we can spend the rest of this time together enjoying and just spending time and getting to show you around a little bit more and having fun.
And really, we wanted to do this interview with you guys to kind of share your story with our community, and because you have a lot of interesting ways you travel and things you do on the road. But we ask most of the folks we interviewed as a first question, just how did you get started with RV life, or how did you even realize it was an option?
well, we got started just kind of out of the blue. We weren't really happy where we were, and we were living in the north. And
In Michigan.
if you're familiar with the north, you realize they get cold, awful winters, and we were really not enjoying living in the climate that we were in. So we were looking for a change. We weren't sure what that looked like, and one time after visiting Florida, we landed back in Michigan in a blizzard, and we drove home.
2 hours in a blizzard.
And at one point, we were just like, "Why did we come back?" We were so happy. I had some seasonal depression I was dealing with, and the sun had really helped.
And we came back and we landed. It was cold, awful weather, driving, bad.
And as we were driving home, we were like, "Wouldn't it be nice to be able to take our life south when we wanted to and work from the road?" And as we were driving home, we drove by an RV dealership, and we didn't really know anything about RVs. Never really done that. So I looked at him and I turned to her. I said, "Aren't those like houses with wheels? Can't you take that south?" And that was it. By the time we got home, we decided that we were going to buy an RV and live in it, and we knew nothing of it.
That's awesome.
That's how it started.
And from that moment until you hit the road, how long of a time frame was that?
Well, it was about 1.5 years, and that wasn't planned. We actually wanted to hit the road 6 months after that aha moment.
We bought our truck, I think, like a couple months after
Yep.
we did it. We bought our truck and then bought an RV just shortly after that. So we were almost ready to go, but we owned a house that we wanted to make sure the house was sold before we hit the road, and that was a big delay for us.
Well, and that really wasn't the delay. Tom actually came down with some stress-related health things that we felt we need to stay working in our jobs with our health insurance to be able to pay for this and be able to cover this. So we ended up getting into the fall, and at that point we were like, there's no way we're going to be able to sell the house in the fall and the winters, and there's no way that we'd be able to hit the road in the winter. That didn't appeal to us. So we said, okay, we're going to plan to leave next spring. We put the house on the market the next spring. It didn't sell for like 6 months, and so we didn't hit the road till the fall.
Perfect time to hit the road, though, right?
Yes.
In Michigan.
It was time to get out of there.
Well, that's very cool. And so, how long have you been on the road?
It'll be 2.5 years.
I think it's been more than 2.5 years.
We just hit the 2.5 year mark.
So we must have hit the road at the very same time, because we left in September.
Yeah, we left. Yeah.
Very
September
cool.
15th was our
September
departure
28th.
date.
We've been on the road a little longer than you. A few
2
days.
weeks.
That's cool. So on YouTube, you guys have a channel, Morton's on the Move, obviously. And we also have a collaborative channel together with a few other people called Road Gear Reviews. And that was kind of like a way where we can work with other RVers and kind of earn extra income and put our reviews in one spot. But with that, I want to touch on like just these side hustles or side ventures as far as making money on the road, because I think that's a big thing for a lot of RVers. So aside from road gear reviews and other YouTube channels like that, what are some of the side hustles you do from the road?
Well, we started out on the road really thinking that we were going to do a lot of odd jobs. I love working with my hands. I have a lot of tools with me, and I really love taking on odd jobs. And I actually took on quite a few, even just through Craigslist and people that we knew and stuff like that. I mean, I've done all kinds of crazy things, and it's been really really fun to do that. So that's been one of the things that we've done.
But then as we spent more time in the RV world, we realized, oh, maybe we should do something a little bit more stable than picking up odd jobs off Craigslist. So one of the things that happened pretty quickly after hitting the road was we started a partnership with Anderson Manufacturing, who is the manufacturer of our hitch. It's called the Ultimate Fifth Wheel Connection. And we reached out to them saying, hey, is there a way that we could, be a product ambassador or something? We love your product. And they came back to us and said, well, we don't really do ambassadorships, but you could become a dealer. And we could become a dropship dealer so that we wouldn't have to handle any of the inventory. We would just handle the sales. And whenever we got an order, they would ship right from their factory. So that was kind of the seed that was planted and grew into our e-commerce business, Morton Trailer Supply.
And we now we have a handful more products, and basically it's an online e-commerce website that we run on the side as well.
Very cool. So with Morton Trailer Supply, are you working with multiple brands through that? So more than just the trailer hitch?
Yeah. So we started with just Anderson products, but since we built up the store, we started reaching out to other manufacturers and other hitch brands, and so we feature a number of different products on there.
And we work with people one-on-one a lot of times to develop a custom solution for what they're looking for, and we have a handful of products that you might not even see on the website that we can still get and ship to people and stuff. So.
But it's been really nice because being in the RV industry ourselves, we have a lot of people email us or ask us questions, and we're able to say, like, no, this is the product that you're going to want for your situation, or this is what our experience with this hitch, you don't have to worry about that, or tips and tricks that we've learned along the way of, like, okay, well, backing up into this, you're going to want to have somebody out there and tell you when to stop, things like that.
Very cool. Now, you also do some video work, don't you? Because I've seen some RV park reviews you might have done that just look absolutely stunning.
Yeah,
so,
and we see you with these cool drones all the time. You took some drone footage for us in Courtside last time we saw you guys. So
is that incorporated in sort of?
It is actually another side business, and this is one that we actually had before we hit the road. But I am a certified UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle operator, and we started a company called Windtrap Digital Media that primarily focuses on aerial cinematic capture type stuff, and we've done a number of specific jobs focusing mainly on aerial video, but Windtrap encompasses more than that. We have done some professional videos like you've seen with the campgrounds and stuff like that as well.
We've done some real estate stuff. We've done country clubs, flying like golf courses, things like that. It just really gives a nice professional, interesting perspective on a large space, especially like, say, a dealership, that's for sale. You really can't take a standing there picture of that. So there are specific real estate things that need aerial photography to showcase that.
So there's one more side job you guys have, or maybe it's even a full-time job, right? Or
well, I have a remote contract position that is part-time work. I work probably 2-3 hours a day max. And I'm really able to pick and choose what I want. I work for a company out of Denver called Vivo, and they are an experience-based wedding registry. And my job with them is basically to reach out to experience providers. On this wedding registry, couples can register for experiential gifts rather than material gifts. So they'll register for like whitewater rafting or couples massages or dance lessons instead of toasters, blenders, china, what have you.
And this really kind of it fits us in our, I guess, minimalistic lifestyle. Looking to have experiences instead of collect more things.
So it aligned with those beliefs, so that, you know, it was something that I actually could get behind when I reach out to these experienced providers and ask them to list products and experiences on the wedding registry, which I can do from wherever I want and basically on my own time. So it's been really nice to bring in a couple extra dollars every month and be really, really flexible.
Yeah. So we've just talked about like 4 different jobs from the road, but this to me is something that's inspiring and encouraging information for people who want to get on the road, because it's not always about one stream of income, but it's about how you can leverage your time and your energy
And your talents.
Yeah, exactly.
To making money.
I think you have to kind of step away from thinking about having an employer, though, and really think about being self-employed to be able to make this work.
Yes.
I think there are lots and lots of opportunities, and since we've gotten on the road, it seems like the opportunities are coming at us left and right. You have to be open to it, and you have to be willing to work, you know,
Yes.
all the time, and that can be challenging, being self-employed. You know, that the work-life balance can be difficult.
Yeah, so basically when I'm done working on Vivo, then we go right to, you know, writing blogs or doing videos, and then, you know, the weekend comes and I might not have to do Vivo, but then I take advantage of that time to focus on other things that we're working on. So it makes the line a little bit more blurred, but overall we are more flexible because we can say, okay, we're going to be at Yosemite National Park this week, so let's rearrange our work schedule so that we can just enjoy that time while we're there.
But the opportunities are definitely there. There's a lot of different ways to make money remotely or in individual places as you stop along the way.
We completely agree, and we've had so many opportunities arise that we would have never considered, I think, before we hit the road. So it's kind of cool, these different paths you follow down, and you recently had a cool new opportunity as well. So we're all going to be in this RV Nomads movie together, and you're going to be a co-director now, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
We initially came on to actually do aerials for the movie, and that kind of grew in our responsibilities. So yeah, we're really excited to be part of that.
Yeah, and you're going to kind of be managing and helping set up the premiere, right? Kind of the film festival that's going to be happening in Texas?
Yep, I have a little bit of experience with event management from my past life, particularly around weddings. But this is obviously not a wedding. This is much bigger than that. But started getting more involved, especially when Tom took the director position. Started asking more questions about the premiere, and then they asked me if I would take on a little bit more responsibility and start planning it. But it's going to be a really great event. There's going to be so much to do. It's going to be ridiculous. And there's going to be the movie premiering there, which is going to be really exciting, in the Ritz Theater in Wellington, which is, I'm told, this beautiful restored old theater that is really awesome.
Well,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, you guys are great at everything you do, and in their spare time they're helping us renovate vintage trailers. So, I mean, these guys are just jacks of all trades, basically.
And I think it's totally important to acknowledge what we all just touched on, as far as if you jump into this lifestyle and you work hard and you're patient and you're open, that opportunities will come. Don't sit around and wait for those opportunities, but if you have goals and you have passion, I guarantee you those opportunities will come.
Just put in a little legwork, you know. Sometimes it comes down to us just asking. Reaching out and sending an email can make all the difference in the world. And the worst thing that can happen is say, oh no, we don't really feel like this is well suited for us, whatever, you know. Just put yourself out there, and I think that's the scariest part, because it makes you feel really vulnerable to do that.
Yeah,
Absolutely. We're always shocked at how many times when we do reach out, we get such a positive response. I think a lot of people hold themselves back by assuming that, oh, they probably get tons of requests like this, so they'll probably say no and I shouldn't do it. But you should just go out there, you should ask for what you want to do, ask for the opportunities, and, you know, maybe it doesn't end up being exactly what you thought you were going to get when you initially asked, but maybe it'll be something even better.
Yeah, and know that your work has value, and that what you have to offer is going to offer value to whoever you're talking to, and even if they don't follow through with any deal or partnership or anything like that, what you're putting out there, people want to see if you're creating videos and blog content. So I think it's time to switch gears, though. Enough of that motivational bull. Let's talk about Tesla, because you guys have just installed a Tesla battery, which I don't think there is, to my knowledge, any other RVer that has done that. I'm sure you guys might be aware if there are, but what does this even mean?
So we did a big solar install on our RV, and when we were initially looking at batteries, I mean, battery is a huge part to a solar install, and being off-grid, which was a big part to what we wanted to do. We were looking at the different technologies, and the lead-acid battery technology that is the most common and standard and everyone's aware of is really old technology, and there's so many drawbacks to it against its modern competitors like a lithium-ion type battery. And we just decided we wanted lithium-ion batteries, but to buy them new, it can be very expensive. And we started thinking about it, and we realized that there is a lot of lithium-ion batteries in these electric cars, and when these cars get wrecked, these junkyards don't know what to do with these batteries, and a lot of times they sell them for incredibly cheap. And the cars are built to protect these batteries, so most of the time they come out of these accidents in a great shape. So as an electrical engineer, I saw that as a really awesome opportunity, and we went and we actually got a module out of a Tesla Model S car, and installed it in our RV, and it's incredible.
So what resource that you've created would you want us to point our Vibe tribe to learn more about that? I know you've made a video about it, right?
Yeah, we did make a couple of videos about it, and there's going to be more coming out actually about what we've done for our situation to make this work. And over on our website, mortonsonthemove.com, there's a sort of a sub-blog, Tom's Tech Stuff blog, and I've done a couple blog posts about this with our schematics and how we built it.
Yeah, he's actually like sketched up the like electrical design of it on there, so that if people really wanted to nerd out and see exactly what he did, that's on there for download as well.
But it isn't really a drop-in solution. This is something that you need to be somewhat comfortable with electronics and working with, because while these batteries, I believe, can be very safe, Tesla has proved that they're very safe. They need to be managed properly to make them safe. And when you take them out of the car, you take away all the management that comes along with that battery. So you need to put that back in and make sure that the battery is safely being operated. But I feel that we've done that, and we've been just blown away at how much power, how lightweight it is, and overall how much better it performs than its lead-acid counterparts.
That's great to hear. And Tom, you asked about if other RVers have done this before us. Tom actually started a Facebook group called Second Life Batteries.
Second Life EV, electric vehicle batteries. That's another good resource that you can go to, where we've got a community of people that are doing this, and there are actually a handful of other RVers.
I have used Tesla. Another really common one is the Chevy Volt batteries. Some people put in Nissan Leaf batteries.
Those are the three big ones: the Chevy Volts, Nissan Leaf, and the Teslas.
Yeah. So when you're thinking about that, there are quite a few options, but like Tom said, they're not drop-in solutions by any means. You kind of have to know what you're doing and be prepared to spend the time researching it and making sure that you do it safely.
Yeah, and for us, it's like it's not even recycling; it's reusing. You know, and these batteries have so much life left in them most of the time. We got ours out of a car that was wrecked under 20,000 miles, and the battery was practically new. And if they just scrap that battery, you know, it's probably got 10 years life in it. So.
And we've been using the Tesla now for how many?
3 months.
3 months, and we love it.
So
we really do.
There's a noticeable difference then from that and the lead acid batteries. Say
it's mainly. I mean, we have enough power that we can cook on it after dark and things like that. And then, but the biggest difference, you can do that on lead acid batteries. It's not a problem. But the thing is that this weighs 55 pounds. Where the same amount of power in lead acid would weigh 400 to 500 pounds.
Oh my gosh!
And in RVs, weight is critical. So I'm really excited to be trying this out. I think that lithium-ion battery technology is where things are going with the RVs to provide us with so much better opportunities to be off-grid and have electricity with so much less weight.
And those reasons that you mentioned are exactly why we have decided to go with lithium-ion batteries instead of the lead-acid ones, because we want to really have a much more substantial battery bank than we had these past 2.5 years. I mean, our solar, could barely keep up with the draw from our appliances, and I think our battery bank had a lot to do with that. I mean, we can only discharge half of that battery safely, right?
Yeah.
So, and we did that multiple times. We were dropping it way too low. And so we want to be way more prepared this time going into it. I don't know if we'll be savvy enough to repurpose some of these car batteries, but
We have some friends, though.
Yeah, you do.
no, we're already indebted to these guys forever.
And there are lithium-ion battery manufacturers that are making some new products that are more drop-in solutions, and those are really awesome options as well. So once you guys are ready, we'll talk.
We'll have this conversation at a later date.
Yeah.
So if you guys are interested about their solar install and everything that we just talked about, we will link to all those different resources they mentioned, their blog posts, and just go ahead and subscribe to their channel for all the future content they create. These guys know their stuff.
Yes. And we've only scratched the surface of what we could get to today, but since the video is almost at 20 minutes, we should probably wrap up soon. But I just want to ask one last question, and that is, what piece of advice or inspiration or tip would you give someone who is curious about making that leap to RV life?
I would say that the biggest piece of advice that I could give is I guess, besides just going for it, really evaluate what are the most important things in your life, and things that you want to experience in your life, and make room for those. So if it is like being able to travel and you haven't traveled, or seeing the Grand Canyon, or living minimally, or something like that, and RVing is a way that you can do that, I would say go for it, because the big things in your life, there's lots of rewarding things that you can do, staying in one place, and that stuff. But if there are some big things that you're yearning to do that is elsewhere, that is part of travel, that is nomadic, that this is a great way to do that. And as you saw in our conversation, that you can make money on the road, you can make it work. Just go for it. You'll figure it out as you go.
And you'll find your community on the road.
Absolutely.
As we found
Yeah,
each other.
Some great friends, definitely.
Yeah, that is one of our favorite things about it, and one of the things that we didn't go into it expecting to have such reward from it. And the community is great.
And even family for us. We've actually been able to spend so much more time with family members that we did not expect that would happen, because we are able to go to them. Whereas so many people get so tied in with their life and their jobs and everything, they can't go see you and whatnot. So that's been really rewarding as well.
Thank you guys so much for sticking with us tonight and joining us in this fireside chat. Like Olivia said earlier, everything will be linked below. Make sure to subscribe to the Mortons on the Move channel. They're putting out new videos weekly, and they're always great to watch. So thank you guys again for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us.
And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Later
Bye.
on.